With DoorDash, dash that delicious whenever a craving hits. Dash that
Hello.
Welcome back to DFF Friday. DFF Friday. DFF Friday.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I did do our fire thing, but I hit the wrong button, so I just let it play. What up? How you doing?
Oh yeah, I was muted. Okay, cool. Here we go. Go. Hello everyone.
Okay.
Oh god, Twitter has been a quagmire. Fucking quagmire.
Oh God, it's been a while. Oh, I'm really loud. Hold on. It's been a while since I've been like in that kind of a ridiculous thread. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. People trying I saw like people trying to like justify other people minimizing Holocaust and being Nazi sympathizers, and I was like, you tried, honey, you tried.
It has been a long time since I came across like such ridiculous rhetoric.
Yeah, like what?
I'm looking forward to going over some of it today.
Yeah, like when did it become okay to minimize Holocaust, number one, and sympathize to people who are like Nazi sympathizers, or support or defend who are Nazi sympathizers. Like, are you sure you want to call it as just a difference of opinion? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Holy moly.
Yo, dog, who wants to even be monetized and we immediately start off with about Nazis? You want me to play the intro again? Should we play the intro again?
Yes, please. Yes.
Alright,
yes,
we do it.
There we go.
Welcome back to DFF Friday. DFF Friday. DFF Friday.
It's going to be fun.
Yo, what up? Welcome back to DFF Friday. Hey, we're here. What's up, guys? Hi.
Hello. Welcome back to...
We're live on Twitch and on YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube.
Brilliant.
Welcome. I see Generic. We were just talking about you. Generic's gonna be on stream soon with me. And Bearded Heretic.
Brilliant. Hi, Generic.
To talk about the psychology of conspiracy. It's gonna be...
Ooh. Brilliant.
Right
Brilliant.
on
And generic
time. I
and
know, right?
yeah, yeah, right. Because today we are gonna talk about some conspiracy shits and people who go deep into conspiracy and believe in many conspiracies, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
So yeah, it's Dumpback Friday, everyone. Welcome. You are responsible for your own brains here. So don't be coming to us and telling us that my brain's fried. Nuh-uh. Our brain's
I
already
was
fried. So welcome to the jungle.
I was sent a fresh stock of beer that I've been slowly working my way through. Hi Brittany, hi
Oh,
RNGD, hi
brilliant.
Alicia, hi I see I think I saw Athens, I see Triceratops, and I think I saw Michael. Hello, good to see you. Um
Oh
it's
my
a
goodness.
it's a mocha stout,
Ooh, what is that?
right? It's well,
I
it's
don't know.
beer.
What is that?
It's a stout. It's
Well,
beer.
okay. Okay, stout is a
It's like a
beer. Okay. You know my
yeah. It's water, malted barley, oat, hops, coffee beans, chocolate extract, yeast, and vanilla extract. Wet your thistle, fire up our mocha stout machine to create a wonderfully indulgent experience. Rich, smooth espresso brewed from locally roasted
how much
fair trade beans, natural chocolate, and pure Madagascar vanilla come together with our midnight dark stout. This is gonna be dark.
how much
Mm.
how much how much caffeine is in there? I thought I heard
Um.
coffee and barley and shit, but I know barley,
Uh.
but coffee. I heard the keyword coffee.
The It's 4.9%. I don't see an amount of.
Not bad. Not
I don't.
bad.
Yeah, I don't see an amount
Yeah.
for how much
Okay.
caffeine is in it.
Okay.
The can does not
Oh,
have
I
like that
see.
ingredients list.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try it.
Well, either be like Chesh, who has a fresh stock of beer, or be like me, just jug it down directly, like with fucking some brown sugar.
The coffee, you mean?
Yeah, the coffee. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
I
I
hope
use
everybody's had
brown.
a good week. Brown sugar's
Yes.
good.
So Ash kind of reminded me that I overwork myself. I almost felt sick again, guys. Almost is the keyword, because if Chesh hadn't reminded me that I overworked myself, I wouldn't have gone home and had a long nap, and that helped, and I'm fine now. So, and it's the long weekend because it's Easter, and people think that it's okay to sympathize with Nazis around Easter, or minimize Holocaust around Easter. You know?
The time, God, listen, Manya, it is Easter week. It is a
I'll
holy
be
week. All right,
Yeah, it's a
stop
holy
being
week, you
so
know.
irreverent. What a joke. An absolute
Joke.
clown show. Brittany is making a
Right?
request from us in the chat. I'm going to read it out, and I think we will acquiesce to
Go
that
for it.
request. It says, "Hey girls, can you do me
Yeah.
a favor? I took an allergy pill because my allergies are bad today. Can you guys keep me awake because it's too late for me to take a nap, but I had to take an allergy pill. Yo, I feel that. I think I've been having an allergic reaction. I don't know if you can see it on my arm. I think I've been having an
Oh
allergic
boy.
reaction to a thing. It's pretty bad in a couple of spots.
Well, it's better than like growing hives on your whole face and your neck due to stress.
That sounds
Right?
terrible, quite frankly. I would hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. That's terrible. Man, I never wish that about anyone else. Like, being so stressed that you break out in hives. Is that what's happening to you, Chesh? I get sick when I'm overworked and stressed. I don't know about
No.
you, but you're a
No,
goblin.
I
Do
was
you
sitting
ever
on
ever?
one of my pillows is a purple pillow, and sometimes inside they have like this little like residue. And so usually it's
Oh
got a
yeah.
cover on it and it's not a problem, but the cover was in the wash and I was like sitting on it and holding it and throwing it around. And so I think that's what it is because like it's only happening to me, like nobody else in the house is experiencing this. So I think it is. I think it's
Oh
just a
boy.
me having an allergic reaction. Oh well, we'll see how it looks in a couple of days.
Oh.
If you get a picture or stream from the hospital, you know what happened.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pull a
Chesh.
Markiplier and just
Don't
All right,
do
shall we
this.
get into the conspiracies? Because we're gonna look at some of the conspiracy theories. So a couple of the Nazis and Nazi sympathizer conspiracy theorists decided to send me citations or sources for some questions.
Oh, if I'm good at good at looking citations. Let's go, baby.
Are you excited? I'm excited. Let's get that out.
They gave us citations.
Nice.
That's so
Let's
awesome.
get this up. There you go. Hi, Twitch. Hi, this is YouTube.
This is the
that
coffee,
one's
guys.
Twitch. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
If you can just blow it up for me a little bit, because I purposely decided to go back so that I don't dive into my camera. So you can just blow it up a little bit for me.
Oh, the screen share? Yeah, I'll blow that up.
Yes,
so I
please.
guess let's
Thank
start
you.
off with this one first. So if anybody has watched the conspiracy theorist video so far, Katie is a liar is one of the people we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
They were the one tweeting
Oh,
the
yes,
great
of
replacement
course.
stuff. Yeah, so it turns out that there are also
Oh,
climate
God.
change deniers, and they've been denying the Holocaust, or they haven't been denying the full-on Holocaust, they've been weirdly evasive about answering the number of Jewish people that had died specifically.
Right?
It's very bizarre. It's very strange.
Right, you wouldn't
weird.
hesitate about that, isn't it? Why would you hesitate about such a thing? I think so. It's all about maybe for them. It's like if they don't answer, then they're not giving you the satisfaction of who they are actually, and exposing themselves for who they are. Because if it was me, somebody's like, you're a Holocaust denier or you're a Nazi sympathizer. Oh, tell me how many people died. I was like, listen, that's bullshit. I know how many people died. Right?
I'm pretty
And
sure I
it's
would
like,
just defer to the experts because I'm not a historian. So I would say,
yeah,
I would just look up
I would
the
find a link.
yeah, I would just look it up and be like, this many about.
This many. Yeah. That's the most
Very strange
voted thing. Like,
anyway, they provided this link when they were asked what is a chemtrail.
oh,
This chemtrail bill has already passed by the U.S. Senate for your viewing pleasure. Tennessee Senate passes bill that bans chemtrail spray. So they did correct themselves. They did correct themselves because it's not the U.S. Senate. It's the Tennessee Senate. So I said, I don't think you read the thing that you're linking, and they said, oh, I definitely read it, and I said, really? Because you said U.S. and this says
US
Tennessee,
Senate.
but they corrected
Tennessee
themselves
is
on that
USA,
one.
Cash. Don't you know that Tennessee is US? US
All
is
of
Tennessee.
America. All of America is just
Yeah. Also, I'm looking at the source name, vigilantenews.com. It's not
Vigilant, not vigilante.
Vigilant. Oh, okay, Vigilant. Yeah, it's a E and the end for the Vigilant. Yeah, vigilantnews.com. Okay.
So this is where it goes to. So I don't know very much about this particular news. Ooh. I don't know very much about this particular news site. Sorry, I'm just trying to zoom this in a way that's not ass.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look who turned up in the live chat, Landon. Hello, Landon. They might be able to, chip in about this. Landon, you're looking at someone claiming that this particular bill in Tennessee was passed to ban chemtrails. So we're like, okay, that's interesting. Thank you for joining us. Brilliant.
Huzzah! Actually, I needed to do this real quick. Boop, boop. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All America is a suburb of Canada.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. So let's take a look here. I don't know what the Gateway Pundit is. I didn't actually dig into where Hope finally made a comeback. What the fuck? I don't know anything about this particular source, if this news site, because that's what it is. It's a news site. It's not a proper citation, which is fine. I don't always think that linking to a news site is a bad thing for a reference, but you do need to do a little bit of extra work. But I did not do that extra work today. I did not look up what VNN actually is, or if they have any political affiliations or anything like that. So we'll just go through. We're just gonna take it. We're just gonna take it at its word for today. Sound good?
Yep, let's go. Yeah, that's fine. I'm looking at
all right. The Tennessee State Senate has taken a definitive stance against the controversial topic of chemtrails by passing SB 2691/HB 2063. So if you want to look them up yourself, that's what they are. The bill, which aims to ban the intentional release of chemicals into the atmosphere for geoengineering purposes, was sponsored by Representative Monty Fritz, R. Kingston, and Senator Steve Sutherland, R. Morristown, so representative of Kingston and representative of Morristown. So, that's their respective where they were voted in.
Republicans. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Is that what R means? Is R Republican?
Yeah.
I thought R was representative of.
Probably. Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
It says RQ.
I'm not
Yeah,
American.
well, whatever.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, it's the same.
I'm
Yeah, why not?
curious.
Double
Let's
check
just
it.
look. Who is this guy?
Who are you, sir?
Yeah, Republican Kingston.
are
You're
you?
right. You're correct. The R means Republican.
Yeah, it's good to check it out and confirm it what it is, right? You don't want to be wrong. Oh,
Mm,
look,
for sure.
we confirm our shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And won approval in the Senate on Monday, the Tennessean reported. The legislation is predicated on the claim that, quote, it is documented the federal government or other entities acting on the federal government's behalf or at the federal government's request may conduct geoengineering experiments by intentionally dispersing chemicals into the atmosphere, and those activities may occur within the state of Tennessee. Right, so predicated on the claim that, just to be clear, predicated on the claim. It's not saying this, it's saying it's predicated on this claim. This new bill seeks to outlaw any such activities, stating that, quote, the intentional injection, release, or dispersion by any means of chemicals, chemical compounds, substances, or apparatus within the borders of this state into the atmosphere with the express purpose of affecting temperature, weather, or the intensity of the sunlight is prohibited, end quote. The passage of this bill marks a significant development in the ongoing debate over geoengineering and environmental manipulation. Proponents of the bill believe that it is a necessary step to safeguard the environment and public health from unregulated geoengineering practices. The legislation is set to be enforced beginning July 1st, 2024, indicated the urgency that the Tennessee Senate places on this issue for public welfare, in quotes. Attention now turns to the House, where the bill is scheduled to be reviewed by the House Agriculture and Natural Resource Committee on Wednesday. So I believe this Wednesday is already passed. I didn't go look to see what they had decided, but that's not why we're here today, regardless.
But what did it say about the July 1st? Can you go back and see at that date? What was that?
Legislation is set to be enforced beginning in July 1st,
Okay.
2024. So
Gotcha.
it is currently March, April, May, June, July. So about 3 months and a little bit away because we're right at the end of March.
Yeah. So this is talking about geoengineering so far. It's not talking anything specific around chemtrails. So
Yeah.
I don't know how did the author of this article decide it was against chemtrails. I would like to see that connection. Does the bill specifically mention chemtrails? Or does it just talk about geoengineering? Because chemtrails, we know what chemtrails are. Chemtrails are not a thing. And what people think chemtrails are not a thing. Like, they just like, no. But if there's a specific definition that they are, because this is geoengineering, that's it. They're not saying chemtrails. So I don't know where this come from that it's banning chemtrails, and therefore our person who on Twitter who provided this as a citation says that, oh yeah, it's specifically because it's specifically not specifically, but it does include chemtrails, banning chemtrails, therefore chemtrails are real. That's not how it works, I'm afraid.
Well,
even if the bill said that, we're gonna ban chemtrails, it doesn't mean that chemtrails are real.
I don't know if the actual bill says anything about chemtrails. I don't know if I can
think
do.
So. Can you download
There we go. Fit to
this?
page.
I think so. You can
That's
download.
better. Ah!
Yeah.
I found the button.
How many?
I did the
Found
thing.
buttons. Buttons, baby.
We're gonna take a look here and see what we got. I'm just gonna quick scan it.
You can download it, actually. I think so.
You could download it if you wanted it, sure.
And then control F.
Yeah,
and
this
then
doesn't
look
use
for
the word chemtrails.
Right, it doesn't.
There's
so
no chemtrail word in here.
Who was the account that put it forward as a citation? What was the account's name?
Katie is a liar.
Katie is a liar. I'm sorry, Katie is a liar. The bill nowhere says about banning chemtrails. It's just the the author of the article, who have assumed that this bill is banning something called chemtrails, and therefore you are feeling confident enough to say that chemtrails are real. So you might want to go back and actually look at the document that's been put in that article. I
You
give it.
didn't
You tried
read.
Google searching.
You didn't read the
Yeah,
thing that you sent.
I get.
Um,
You tried. You need to go a little one step further, and you'll get your clarification. Here
well,
you
so
go.
here's the
Yeah.
thing. Their argument is legitimately that the government said so, therefore it's real.
Mm.
In a
Oh boy.
conspiracy that is about what the government does to the common folk. Like, the chemtrail conspiracy theory is about the government doing things behind people's backs. Why would the government, without a fight, be like, yeah, let's just ban this? That's very odd to me. Like, that doesn't really match with the conspiracy. The whole conspiracy doesn't match that way, right? It doesn't really make any
Are
sense.
you saying are you saying the government of this state is unique in some way?
Sure.
Is that what you're saying?
Sure. Yeah. That's a way to put it.
Don't mind me. I'm doing bullshit. Don't mind me.
Futzing around.
You know I can't
Mark
still sit still, right? You know that. I can't sit
Mark
still.
Agamotto for 5 said, propose a bill to ban invisible, incorporeal pink unicorns. Well, guess what? I can do you one better. Let me highlight your message real quick first so people can see it easier.
Oh.
I can do you one better because Intrigued Feline went that extra step. Katie is a liar said Tennessee Senate. Like I said, they corrected themselves, so that's good. Good for you. Congratulations. Excuse me. Either way, Chesh, chemtrails are a real thing, as evidenced by the Tennessee Senate passing a bill that says it's a true thing. Nice try to debunk. That's not what the bill says. The bill doesn't even have the word chemtrail in it from the source that you provided. If there's another one where it does, sure, maybe, but not in the one that you provided. But Feline here goes that extra mile and says, in the Tennessee Senate, is the Tennessee Senate an accredited research institution that does science? No, obviously not. Does the ban on hunting Bigfoot mean Bigfoot exists? Ta-da!
That's a good question.
Resolution number
Yeah.
92-043, Declaration Whatcom County a Sasquatch protection and refuge area. Whereas legend purported recent findings and spores suggest that Bigfoot may exist, and whereas if a creature exists, it is inadequately protected and in danger of death or injury. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Whatcom County Council that Whatcom County is hereby declared a Sasquatch protection and refuge area, and all citizens are asked to recognize said status. This resolution shall be effective immediately. Bigfoot. So now this regulation was actually put in place for a very good reason. The reason that this was put in place was because people were running around hunting and they didn't want people to accidentally shoot each other thinking that this humanoid shape was Bigfoot.
Oh my god.
It was to protect stupid people from being stupid.
Stupid.
And people not being stupid protected from stupid people.
Oh my god.
That was the point.
Oh my god. Yeah, like let's okay.
Distrust the government. Just look at this thing from the government. Exactly. Chaos. Absolute chaos ensues. So
this is actually whoever came up with this idea to like just specify, okay, there's no fucking Bigfoot, stop the fuck, is brilliant. Like I give it to that person actually.
Yeah, this is brilliant. And I'm
Right?
kind of hoping the Tennessee bill does the same kind of thing. Because, like, there's a lot of emissions that are very problematic done by large companies. So if you can utilize a bill like this to reduce that. Now, what would be valuable to demonstrate that chemtrails might be a thing is if in July and onward, the government were to bring forth lawsuits against companies that were, I don't know, using stratosphere crop dusters to put chemicals within Tennessee's borders. Or if there's any kind of change in the airspace patterns over top of Tennessee. Like which planes are allowed to land, what types of planes are coming in and out of Tennessee. That might be something substantial. Then we can maybe take a look at something, right? It's not going to be conclusive on its own, but that's at least a starting spot, right? You muted. Mm-hmm. Me Manya, I am mute. I me mute. Confirmation that Bigfoot exists all these years. The government told us so. This is like when the government was like, yes, there's aliens, and then nobody fucking cared. And everybody's like, listen, we're busy. There's a lot of emissions when I eat Mexican food. I like the idea that so these people are also climate change deniers. And so I like the idea that a bill put forward that they think works for them ends up working on behalf of dealing with
This
the
is
amount of
like
emissions that affect.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, finally, good. Okay, so this is like the same thing of like banning books, right? And then
Sure.
it then went on to ban Bible, that fucking law. That's what this sounds like.
Landon says his plans this weekend to hunt Bigfoot are ruined. That's terrible. I'm
Oh
so sorry for you. Oh no.
maybe try coming to New Zealand. Maybe you might find Bigfoot here, another species of Bigfoot. You know, just you're always welcome.
Hobbit's got them big feet.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say, thoroughly debunked, very debunked. And I think it's a good idea for the government to put in rules for geoengineering, because we do know that geoengineering is real.
Yeah, it's a thing. But at the moment, I think so. With all I think so. Landon might correct me if I'm wrong. Everything's around geoengineering is around research at the moment. There are no specific technologies that are out there.
There's not space lasers coming down and causing electrical storms?
No, and not the HARP, the high auroral frequency program. No, it's not either. Shooting space.
You can argue that you could, if you were to use the term loose enough, you could say geoengineering is botany is geoengineering, making new strains of plants or breeding specific sheep together is geoengineering.
Also, yeah, you also said, I think so. You mentioned carbon emissions.
Mm-hmm.
Do carbon emissions come under the umbrella? That would be great, actually, if they do. Because it's talking about changing, varying the temperature, right? It's talking about that. So if carbon emissions are part of it, that's what I'm saying, that this bill might actually be very, very beneficial. But I think so Katie is a liar account. They've got it wrong. They need to go back and read it again. And I'm being very, very nice to them today, because my nasty all got spent on Susan yesterday. Or day before yesterday. So I'm being very nice to Katie is alive right now. You might need to go and read it again. I'm sorry, Han.
Well, you'll notice a stark difference between what we're willing to do and what conspiracy theorists are willing to do. Mm-hmm. We're willing to take what they're looking at and not be defensive or concerned or afraid of actually just looking over earnestly what they've presented. I pulled it up. We got it right here. We talked about how it would be effective and what things it could do to... Are you okay?
Alright, Judy, stop! Oh my goodness. I almost spat out my coffee. What the fuck, dude?
Got him. Hashtag got Manya.
I had to there's my keyboard right in front of me. I have done it before when Chesh has come up with shit oh, they're human. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. I spat out my coffee and I didn't want to do it today. And there goes RNGD Gaming. Are the space lasers circumcised? I'm like, bruh. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. Calm down, Manya. Calm down. All right.
Yeah, about the aliens thing, I was exaggerating. But yeah, no, we're not gonna... We looked at the bill, at least what was provided to us. I mean, could we go deeper? Yeah, we could go deeper. We could look into who these representatives are, what their interests are in bringing this bill forward. We could look into the actual, press.
What their backgrounds
who
are.
These guys are, what that's about, what their background is, and what, we could look at the author of this article and go through that. And we could dive that whole thing, but we're not gonna, because I don't wanna right now. I'm not in the mood.
No,
I asked a question, too, about this. I just asked, why is the word chemtrails in quotes? They didn't answer me,
Maybe
but it's because
I,
they didn't use the word chemtrails. The
maybe
bill
that's
doesn't
why.
use
Maybe
the word chemtrails. That's why it's in quotes.
Katie, Katie is a liar. Dude, come on. This is basics. Come on. I
Well,
know
I
you're
mean, the
eager
reason I
to.
asked was because I legitimately know. Having now gone through it all, that's
Yeah,
my assumption. That's why. That's what I think.
yeah.
That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
and we can see from Katie's Elias tweet they removed the quotes. Maybe they shouldn't have because yeah, or maybe they don't know why when a specific um word is put in quotes, especially when it's a headline, what does that mean? It means that they are questioning the term. That's what's going on in some way or form.
Well, and the
There's a
thing, well, it's not
question
even
mark.
necessarily that. It could be to protect them for legal purposes.
That's
If
also
they are,
That's
yeah, if
possible.
they are the
Yes.
press and they're putting out information and they were just to put chemtrails in that, the government can turn around and be like, "That's
Uh,
misinformation. That's not what we said. You have to take that down." Right?
yeah, that's
There's
possible.
rules there, right?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
not and
and
don't get me started on the free speech issue.
yeah. The thing is that
The
yep,
the
that's
government
possible.
can still the government can sue people.
Yes, they can. Also, what I was going to say, sorry. So yeah, so it could have been that, but we went in and we verified it's not that. It's not that oh yeah, they're trying. It doesn't seem like that they're worried about getting sued or anything like that. Or so yeah, so they're just questioning there's a question mark in their vocabulary also around that
Katina,
term.
Katina's got it. Clickbait.
What? Ooh. Okay, you got clickbaited. Oh no.
You didn't read it.
Oh
You didn't read the
no.
citation you
Why?
provided. So I'm
Why
gonna
were
go
you doing
ahead.
that?
I'm gonna go ahead and drop the. Where is it? Play. What happened? Where is? What did I do? Why aren't you playing? Play. Why you no play? Play. 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 Ah, my memes are broken. I don't know why my memes are
Yeah,
broken.
it's
What
so
happened?
stupid. Your memes broke. Yeah, okay.
My memes are broken. Watch it just spam plays a bunch of times now. I don't know what happened.
That will be brilliant.
It's broken. It's stuck on 3. I don't... What
Even our,
happened?
even the memes are like fuck it.
Okay, that one
Oh, that's a
plays.
fire.
That one plays. This one doesn't. My citation needed is broken. No.
No.
Oh, let's
Well,
try this one.
This
Dapper.
guy is unfucking believable.
Well, that one
Well, that's
works.
what. So I know that Dapper made that one, and it's a very high quality one. So it takes up a lot of memory. So maybe that's why it decided to spurg.
I'm very sad. Oh well,
Yeah,
that's
no. You might have to reload it or something.
Anyway, your citation has been rejected. I'm sorry. Not only is it not a
No,
proper
not sorry.
citation, but also no. Good try though.
We and we're
A for
trying to help
effort.
you here. We're not being nasty on purpose. Not to,
Well,
and
at
I'm
least
not being.
they gave us something to look at for once. That was decent.
Yeah,
So we'll take that.
yeah. It's Easter. I don't want to be nasty today, so.
I'll be nasty. I'll be the mean one today.
Maybe. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Rez is here. Hi, Rez. How you doing?
Did Katie is a liar actually read the article? They claimed they read the article. I don't believe them.
I think that they just read the headline and they were like, "Yep, that works." Or they just Google searched something and the first thing popped up was that one and they were like, "Yep, that works for me." So, yeah, Katie, come on. You can do it. You can do better. I believe in you. It's Easter. I'm being very charitable today.
I don't know. All right.
Yeah.
So speaking
Ugh.
of like how this bill might affect climate change, uh things in the future, possible. Like it might stop potentially like in a bad case it or like what I would think is a bad case, it might stop people from putting forward removing carbon from
From
anywhere
atmosphere.
or putting
Carbon
into the
emissions.
atmosphere more stuff that we need, right? Like are trees going to get arrested?
Oh no, for putting more oxygen in the
Yeah, they don't
atmosphere.
have a
Yeah.
permit. Haha, haha. It was a joke. Anyway.
So will they ban planting of trees if someone's trying to plant more trees on their property and shit because it's like
Uh, so this guy said something very funny. This is
oh yeah, this
and
one I
it's
was just like
it it will be great to unlock all that cold frozen land to the north. Imagine how much new livable space we will have. This guy's from Canada, apparently. He said like here in
oh
Canada,
yeah.
so presumably he's from
So
Canada.
so have you been to any country or state slapped right on the equator? Have you? I don't think so. It's
Well, here's
miserable when it's summers
there's a
in that part of the world.
there's a few issues, right? One is that the space, just because a space, like a temperature in a space is livable, it does not mean that everything else around it is able to be lived in. So like there's a reason we don't live in deserts. We could put fucking air conditioning, we'd be fine, but we don't live in deserts because it's hard to get resources. Whether
Yep.
it be a cold desert or a hot desert.
There's a reason why Australia is not inhabited, you know, more than 50% at the moment. There's a reason why. It's such a big fucking continent that you can't get resources to the center of that fucking continent. It's so huge. So, yeah, and it's warm as fuck there when it is. So, yeah, buddy.
Well, and then on top of it, you also have this whole other issue, which is if you put, if you were to take Canada, for example, and you moved north, it's not cultivatable land. It's rocks. It's called the Canadian Shield. It's rocks. You're not and there's a secondary problem. You're not just creating more land to live on, you're creating less land to live on. So even if
Yeah,
you
that's
were to
why
say,
that's why I
"Hey,
think so.
the right, you could say, "Hey, listen, look, we got all these rocks we can live on." It's like, "Okay, cool, great, but all of the stuff and all the cultivatable area is no longer habitable." And so we've
Yep.
ultimately lost weight. This is my problem with a lot of these conspiracy theorist type things, particularly this particular individual who has expressed interest in coming on. So we might end up bringing him on to chat about it. So which is great. I'm absolutely here for that.
Yep.
A lot of this thinking is very shallow. It's very
It's
shallow.
it's like one-dimensional, if I might dare say.
Mm.
It's one-dimensional.
It's like only one thing can apply.
Yeah,
Right,
like
so, oh, it's
you
warmer in this area, therefore we can live there. And it's like there's more than one factor that needs to be taken into consideration with these things.
so that's the thing I said. I'm like, so the rest of the 60% of the landmass where we are living, the humans are inhabiting at the moment, will become unlivable because obviously the flora and fauna that we are used to cultivating and stuff, like you said, agriculture-wise, might not survive there. Plus, the weather might change. The weather might change drastically. We
There's a
know
lot of
that.
factors, yeah.
Yeah. So, Kristen, I don't know if you're a troll or not, but it comes across you're trolling. So
So
I'll give you
Feline had said,
that much charity.
so Feline responded with, you mean the places where people already live, the places where animals will go extinct, as it will be going too warm for them to find food, and in exchange you want, oh yeah, Feline brought up the exact point that I just made. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
think so.
exactly.
I think so. The minds who think like logically, they immediately go in that direction. I came up with the same thing. What about where we are living already? And that's what Intrigue came to up with. Like you came out with like, what about the land we are living already? So it will be interesting to see what Kristen has to say
My
about that.
favorite thing that Ben Shapiro has ever said was that, oh, but with the rising water, a lot of homes will be underwater. And Ben Shapiro's response was, well, it's real estate, just sell your home. And, like, to whom? To whomst am I supposed to sell my underwater house to? The mer people? What are you talking? I cannot believe he
No,
now
you,
has
you,
like a show. I don't
no,
understand how anybody takes that man seriously for anything
orcas.
ever. The orcas are
Orcas, you
gonna
simply,
buy their
yeah,
economy
yeah, because their next step
in
from becoming
Florida.
as human as possible, isn't it?
Oh brother. And in exchange, you want to have a large portion of the Earth to be uninhabitable with many species going extinct? Yeah, no. Places where people already live. No, I'm talking about where people don't live. Canada and Russia are the two biggest countries on the planet, but we can only use a tiny bit of our territory because the rest is too cold. That's a factor. Not the only factor.
Dude, would you like to come to India and experience what happens? Like, does he think like the temperature change is gonna happen only at the like like in the northern hemisphere, around the northern hemisphere of the world? Is that what he's what thinking? Right? Is that what they're thinking? And they think that the rest of the like that line that they have drawn, that everything below that won't get affected at all. Christian, you're a fucking troll. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking troll. This person's a troll.
I'm curious to bring them on to talk because they don't seem like they don't seem like their rhetoric is like hateful. They seem wrong.
No, it's not.
Like, I disagree, but so far I don't think that they've been terribly horrible to anybody in particular. I did think it was really funny because a Winding Land came in and he accused her of being a bot and blocked her. Just really funny.
That was that's funny. That's really funny. Yes.
Look at all that blue up there. Part of the problem with this blue as well is some of that's not land. It's just ice.
Yeah, dude. What? And do you know the sea
it's
level?
Gonna a lot of that's gonna be gone and underwater. And even if there is land under it, the rising water level will make sure that it's not there anyway.
Yeah, so all the other landmass that might be available around the fucking coastline that might go underwater. So you might be just exchanging one landmass like
I for one am pro return to fish. We're going beyond. Yeah. We're no longer back to return to monk. We're no longer back to return to monkey. We're going all the way back. Return to fish.
Yes. Yes. Brilliant. Absolutely.
So Feline had responded and said, people live in northern Lapland. They live in northern Siberia. They live in Alaska. They live on Antarctica in research stations. They don't live up north because it's too cold. It's because there's no reasonable infrastructure. Exactly. Yeah. It's a lot harder to bury communication cables in rock than it is to bury it in dirt. Or even rocky soil. There's lots of reasons why. It's ridiculous. Oh, are we drowning the Netherlands again? Yes.
Oh no!
Yes, we
are.
No,
not the Netherlands, please, no.
Listen, we can't have the Netherlands around because they're making America look really, really bad with their gun laws.
Oh god.
America's just like, stop embarrassing us, and drops a nuke.
Oh god, no.
Hey, at least I didn't compare it to the Holocaust.
Right?
I'm aware that a few humans do actually live above the line I drew, but I think my point still stands. Your point doesn't stand, though. The warming of the planet is not a good thing. For example, rapid warming will result in melting of the polar ice caps, which will result in a cooling of the Gulf Stream, that in turn can stop the flow of warm water in Europe, with devastating effects. What a reasoned, thoughtful point that I'm sure if asked, Feline can provide sources to what those things might look like. But no, didn't it used to be warmer than now?
Yeah, and when it was warmer than now, humans weren't existing at that time, if I might dare say. Sir,
listen, there was
a different type of. There was a different type of like species of flora and fauna around that time, and around that time maybe there were also none of the species of flora and fauna, not the variety that we have today.
Completely ignores what Feline said and is like, but the planet was warm before, guys.
Oh, they're so simple. They're so simple.
Oh,
I should have
kind of adorable, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's why I like, it's so simple. It's like, oh my goodness, it's cute. It's so cute.
It's cute.
That's why I kind of think like, that's why I think that they're a troll, because they're so simple, and then maybe they're not, because if you are able to have a chat with them and get them on, we might come to know that this is what they are, and frankly, which is fine because we have had a Gary before. This is better than Gary, actually. So this
I
is
miss
at least better
Gary.
than Gary.
I haven't seen Gary in
Yeah.
a really long time. I hope Gary is doing well.
Yeah,
If
same.
you wanna see me be the most patient person on the planet to try to get somebody
Or
to have
8
a
hours.
conversation with me, was it 8 hours? That was 6.
Yeah.
Was it 8?
6, 8,
Oh god, it was
6,
long.
maybe 6.
Regardless,
It
it was
was
like a whole
long.
day.
Yeah, it was
It was a
long.
whole day.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? I do not regret it, and I would do it again. If I was visiting in a place that Gary lived in, and Gary wanted to come and like go get coffee, I would go for coffee with Gary. I would absolutely,
Yeah.
unless I find out
Like,
that he's been doing something horrible while I wasn't looking, I would go visit Gary.
yeah, why not? So Smitty said from the live chat, stopping ocean currents can also lead to the ocean being deoxygenated. Yes, that can cause anaerobic bacteria to flourish and release hydrogen sulfide gas. Yes, my guy, you are very, very right. That's a very good PowerPoint. And hydrogen sulfide is not good for your lungs, sir. I know that. I know
Guys,
that.
geoengineering is very complicated.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, hydrogen sulfide. We are already studying volcanoes.
Guys, but the planet, Sar from the side says the planet used to be mostly molten rock. What the fuck? Just because it used to be warm doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we weren't existing around that time, if I'm not wrong. There was a very different species of flora and fauna, not that variety of flora and fauna. So how far are you going back to, like, it used to be warmer? Like,
I'm
how far are you going back
willing.
to?
I'm willing to grant.
I'm getting
I'm
more
willing to
coffee.
grant that good is a relative term, right? Good is relative. So like the water, like, but what Feline is talking about is obviously relative to what's alive currently. Like
Yeah.
the planet getting degrees warmer at a rapid pace is bad for is going to unalive the entire current bioecosphere of the planet. Includes us. It's
That's what
gonna
I'm
be
thinking, like,
bad, and there's gonna be it's
that's what I'm saying. Like, they come across as troll, but maybe they might be very simple. They might be be a very simple individual. You never know. I'm sometimes very simple, and Cheshire has to like, Manya, you're not thinking through this. And I'm just like, ah, yeah, okay. So yeah, maybe they're having a day like me or something. That's
Well, and like some people just don't have that. Like different people are different, and they consider different things, and it's not wrong or bad to have different ways of viewing things. That's not the issue here.
no,
It's
no.
it's that they're not the problem that I'm seeing is they're not addressing the argument. They're not addressing the point.
Yeah, they're
They're
going
just
to the
saying
next
the
the next
planet
sentence.
used to be warmer than now. It's a laughably naive statement to make that tells everybody you don't know the topic. You don't understand what anybody is talking about.
Yeah.
Especially like in a sense of scale.
When did this
Right.
account came into being? Can I have a look at that, please?
Yeah.
Kristen.
2010.
2010.
Been around for a while.
Antler Neville, Canada Land. Oh, okay, interesting. How
I
many?
like that they're a
38
disco dancer and a sweet romancer.
Oh, and they're Capricorn. Oh, hi, fellow Capricorn.
Yeah, Canada
I'm also
Land.
Capricorn. I'm also Capricorn. So,
As
hi,
a fellow
hello.
Canadian, I do not recommend trying to live and trying to cultivate try to agriculture rocks on the Canadian Shield. Good luck.
What?
Good luck, my
Are
friends.
rocks atheists though?
Oh, but are they atheists, man? I don't know. I don't know. That's too philosophical for me.
Maybe we should ask Aaron Raw. That's what we should do. Hey, Aaron! Help us out here, dude.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Poe. I think he earnestly believes what he talks about. There were some other questionable things here, but this is the one I wanted to look at. So that's 2 down, right?
Yeah, I'll keep listening. I'm just making more coffee. I need more coffee for this. This is a lot of conspiracy going on from my
There's a lot of
fucking
conspiracy
brain.
going on. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So we went through that one. We went through the chemtrails.
Mhm.
Katie's a liar is a fucking joke of a person.
They are-
Sasquatch is Katie is a liar has to believe in Sasquatch by their own argumentation. So there's that. And so the last one is I asked Maya Nova what a vaccine was.
Oh God, no! Why did you do that to Maya Nova? Their brain is gonna explode, Chesh. Why would you do that to them? Oh no!
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, why are you so cruel? Why?
Oh, sorry.
Why are you so cruel?
I just wanted to know
Ah,
what's a vaccine.
All right, let's go. Let's go. I think so.
So
We did that last
this
time.
person's a
Last time
COVID
Friday.
this person is a COVID denier. They don't believe the number
Oh
of people
yeah.
that died of COVID. They
Man,
don't
they should come
believe
to
vaccines
India.
work.
They should
They
come to
don't-
India. Yeah.
Actually, you know what might be like a worldwide thing that we should do more and that would help a lot of these people is
Mhm.
exchange programs. So
Yeah,
schools
they
used to
used to
have
have
I don't
them.
know if they have more or less currently, but there used to be like exchange programs where you would go and spend a year of your high school
Mhm.
career in another country or an amount of
Yeah.
time and that would depend.
Yeah,
I
like
think more of
like
that
three
would be a
months.
yeah, I think more of that between agreeable countries would be a good idea. I like that
Yeah.
idea. I think that would be great. It would obviously still be on a volunteer basis, but I
Yeah.
honestly I think it might need to be it should probably
I
be a
think
requirement.
I think that was a thing. That's still a thing in back home in my country. Like some
Mm.
boarding schools, they have exchange programs with other countries. So yeah, like because my cousins, like one of my cousins, my aunt's daughter, she went to South Africa as part of
Yeah.
that. I think so around her last year of senior secondary school. So yeah, there used to be a thing, and I think so. There's still some. There's still a thing in some regions of the world. But yes, I would say that Maya Nova, they should come to India and see the statistics of people who have lost their lives due to COVID. Um, yeah, we are lucky, like the death toll has come down, and we have vaccines to help for, and also because of vaccines, the new strains of viruses that are coming out are practically ineffective. People are still getting COVID. They're still getting COVID, but they're surviving because of vaccines that they've gotten. I have a colleague who in last year they have gotten sick 3 times with COVID, and they have been able
Even
to bounce back
even
because
if you don't want to like look at the number listen to somebody's stories or the amount of pictures and the amount of information that's available, the numbers are
mm,
there, the statistics are
yeah,
there, you can look
yeah,
at those
to
things.
if
But
you're
no,
trying
the
to
reason is it's but everything is corrupted by the government, except when the
yeah.
government says that they're gonna pass a chemtrail bill that they never said they were passing.
Yeah, it's like you're being very, very selective. One, plus, how do
Cherry
you know
picking,
that
yes.
those numbers? How do you know those numbers are fudged? How do you know that?
I mean,
Just
I'd
saying
be
that,
willing to grant that the numbers are not 100% accurate. I think that's
yeah, of course,
fair.
yeah, but
I don't
to
think
say that,
anybody would argue that.
yeah, but to dismiss that entirely and
And
say,
to say
oh
that
no,
therefore because there was some miscounting, therefore COVID wasn't deadly is kind of spits in the face of a lot of people who died.
and who lost their
Joan in
loved
the
loved ones?
Joan in the chat said I've made and used antibodies to tag protein domains. There's no way I would try to explain
Exactly.
vaccines to Maya or any of these people. Ugh. And
Joanne,
I cut
would you like
rocks
to come
said
on and
hmm,
it would be a good idea to have Joanne on and talk about vaccines then,
I'd love to have Joanne come on or sorry Joan come
right?
on and talk about their
Joan,
job and
yeah,
like what they did or their education. It doesn't have to be
yeah,
like
you can
specific. It does you don't have to tell me exactly where you worked or exactly what you did, but
you
talking
can
about your
use a voice
experience,
changer. We are not going to
that'd
force
be
you to reveal who you are. We don't do
no.
that shit. As long as you know what you're talking about, we are happy. So yeah, if you want to use like a voice changer and shit and all that, we'll be happy to do that. That is like, come on, think about it. Think about it.
And because I'm a nice guy, we could totally do something recorded and then we can edit it
Yeah.
and then you can review it before it goes out.
Oh, that will be even better. Yeah.
But we got options, is all I'm saying, if that's something you would want to share. But I Cut Rocks, which is a channel about cutting rocks, you should go and check out. Why would they ever send their kids to that godless socialist land, otherwise known as literally all of the United States allies? In exchange programs. Amazing.
Does Ukraine exist? Is the Ukraine war happening?
No, these people are pro-Putin. We already know that.
Oh god, no.
People are pro-Putin.
Did Iraq happen?
Anyway,
Iraq happen?
Is Iraq a place that exists? What are you talking about?
Okay.
There's only America and not America. Nowhere else matters. And apparently all of America is Tennessee. By the way. Okay, what are vaccines, Maya? So in response to asking for them to tell me what a vaccine was, they sent a YouTube link that said, "Great place to start. She has a whole series on Daily Mail using only CDC and FDA and top medical journalists and research and data breaking each one down. Very informative. You might finally learn something useful." So they didn't actually give me a citation nor define what a vaccine is. Instead, they sent me a Candace Owens video from 2 weeks ago.
This bitch. No one takes her seriously. She's a fucking joke.
You want to know why it's on the Daily Mail instead of on Ben Shapiro's channel and network? Bitch got fired.
She had a big I think so. They had an argument of some sorts or some.
I have that saved, and we're gonna have to go over it, but it's not this day, unfortunately.
But
another day.
But if you want to know what kind of vaccines kind of do, you can go to our last Dump Tech Friday where we talk about it, where I did give a brief around what happens when a vaccine enters our system. What does it do actually? And do vaccines have DNA or not? They don't. They have mRNA. That's not DNA.
Billions of pieces of vaccine.
Yeah. So Candace Owen is a
right-wing political pundit. That's what she is.
She nobody takes her seriously. She's full of shit. This is the person who tried to validate and spread the bullshit that Andrew Tate was trying to spread around about his case. She went and interviewed him and tried to validate all the bullshit that he was spewing. Even if I would have liked to consider anything that came from her before that, now I don't. At all. I don't give a shit what she says. Even if she is right, I'm not going to go to her for any information. I'm just going to you're a fucking joke. Go and sit with that fucking, that high class pimp that you were sitting and, having coffee with. Fuck off. Yeah.
Agamotto said,
yeah, Maya, what's a vaccine?
A joke is funny, Owens isn't. Well, this is a 57-minute video, and I don't know if we're gonna end up watching the entire thing here today, but do you think we should take a quick little break before we get into this?
Okay.
We've been live for nearly an hour. This is 57 minutes. We're not gonna get through the whole thing. I don't think we would ever get through the whole thing in one sitting. I did promise that we would look at it, so I'm gonna look at it. I'll watch the whole thing on my own, but I'm gonna make all of you watch it.
We can watch it, but we will stay within the...
I said we're not gonna watch the whole thing today.
No, not today. No. We have got better plans, actually. Join the Discord to know if you want to know. We'll tell you guys what we're up to today at the end of this.
I'm sorry, Smitty, are you saying that Candace Owens, according to Candace Owens, Hitler would have been fine if he stuck to making Germany great again? The problem is that he went globalist? You mean Nazi sympathizers sympathizing with Nazis? And pushing Nazi propaganda and rhetoric?
Yeah, for some people like Susan, because someone is a person of color, they can't be a Nazi sympathizer.
What? The fuck does that have to do with anything? I didn't realize somebody's skin tone precluded them from being able to participate in specific activities.
Right? The auntie. The Antichrist. Okay, let's take a break and come back. And I think so. We can go
Okay.
for another 30 minutes or so and cover as much as we can.
I think that's a good
Um,
idea. I agree with that.
and yeah, and then we'll call it a day. But yeah, we won't watch all of it. Let's take a break. Let's take a
Okay, we're
break,
gonna take a
guys.
quick break. It's gonna be about 2 minutes long, and we'll be right back. Hello, we're back. Ugh. What up? Love when you're in time to take a break. Yeah, you gotta love when that happens, right? You ain't wrong. You're muted, Manya. Every time. Every time. There's no stopping, Manya.
Nope, never ever. Hi, Fireball. How you doing?
Yeah, let's go. All right, are we ready for this? All right. Let's see what this bitch has to say.
All right, guys, I promised you, and here it is. I hope that you enjoy this free episode of my series, A Shot in the Dark. I wanted to give this to you guys as a gift because I believe that it is the most important work that I do here, the most important work that I do potentially in the world.
I mean, to be fair, Manya, I did link this to you in Discord and the one from Katie is a Liar, and I said we've been giving gifts this day. We've got presents.
Did I just do the Kermit cringe face? Oh yeah, okay.
Kermit crinkly face. I love the Kermit crinkly face. It's a good one.
Going through all of these topics, birth control, vaccines, we're not stopping. We're going to also unpack what is in our food, what is making us sick. And yes, they know that they are making us sick. They know that these things lead to cancer. They have always known this, and yet they are still allowed to sell us these things. Why?
Who is they? Who is they? Who is they? I mean, I guess maybe if you're a Candace Owens watcher, you already know who they is. But if you could fill me in, would be wonderful. I would love that. Please please assist. Please send help. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, this sounds awfully familiar with what we covered last week. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. Like I'm not going to be. Listen, if she decides to use the same source that Fox News decided to use last week, I'm gonna blow a gasket. I'm gonna blow a fucking gasket.
You're making predictions now?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I think you're about to find out. If you guys love this episode, and I know that you will, I want you to know that you can watch the rest of the series exclusively on Daily Wire Plus. Click the link in the description to watch.
I was still on the Daily Wire.
I'm on a journey to ask the questions that it feels like we're not supposed to ask, to look at the data that we're maybe not meant to see. I mean, I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I am a...
I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but... Good start.
Yeah.
But let me tell you about all these things that I don't know or understand or have any education in. Sounds good. All right, let's go.
It's not advice that I want to give people. It's simply the courage to ask questions. I just want us all to be informed so that we never have to take a shot in the dark.
I do like that it is literally called Shot in the Dark.
The one thing big brands don't
Why are we getting ads on this? I thought you said we got this for free. What the fuck? You lying
What the
bitch.
fuck?
Wow, episode 1 of A Shot in the Dark, now on the Daily Wire. I am beyond excited right now. I came in essentially skipping into work today because this has been a dream of mine and now it is about to be realized. So let's just back this up. If you are a person and you were
It's been a dream of mine to not be somebody who knows what they're talking about in a bunch of fields, but then talk about those fields anyway. All right, I'm sorry, I'm being
watching
a
Shot
little
in the Dark
pedantic.
on Parlor, you know exactly what this is about. I want you to know that we are going to recreate those first 10 or 11 episodes. And if you are new to this series, maybe somebody sent it to you and said you should take a look at this. Maybe you're a mom-to-be, you're already a parent, you're expecting a second child. First and foremost, I want you to know that I, when it comes to politics, am an acquired taste. If you are somebody who disagrees with me politically, I
Fair.
don't care. I'm glad that you are here. This is not going to be political whatsoever. I think that what I do with the Shot in the
sure?
Dark, which we are obviously
I'm
Sure.
gonna press X to doubt that. Chat,
Yeah.
you press if you doubt this is gonna be political. X in the chat, please. Thank you very much.
Listen, she might not be political, but with a track record, yeah. Candace. Let's see, maybe it's Easter. Let's give her some charity.
It's already on the Daily Wire,
Okay, alright, we are doomed.
which is a total political punditry.
going to get into is without a doubt the most important work that I have ever done. It has been my most important contribution, I think, to the world because it concerns our children. And I have been
world?
transformed
Oh,
as
yeah.
a
The
parent.
world?
I have been transformed
Something about ego. It's okay. We gotta get past her self-inflated ego. We gotta get to the actual meat of what she's gonna talk about.
by my experiences with vaccines and with Big Pharma. And this show is going to cover so much more than just vaccines and medicine. I want to eventually talk about food, all the decisions that we are making day in and day out. But it does begin, of course, with vaccines, A Shot in the Dark. If you are wondering what it was or how it got started, I really think it was God's timing, first and foremost, just to come right out with it. I do not vaccinate my children. I know that for some of you, that might seem insane. If you had asked me growing up about people that did not vaccinate their children, I would have said they are insane. The slur of calling somebody an anti-vaxxer has been tremendously
Slur? There we go. It wasn't supposed to be political. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Ooh, we're off to a good start. The slur of calling someone an anti-vaxxer.
How many seconds are we in, Chesh? How many minutes?
3. 3 minutes.
effective throughout my lifetime. And I thought it was the crazy, crunchy people who wanted their children to die that didn't vaccinate their children. But obviously, as I said before, your life experiences.
So you were just very rhetorical and fallacious from the beginning. You were always like that. Okay.
Transform you, and I had a life experience that transformed me in the form of me being vax injured. But how was this God's timing? Okay, well, I had my child and I had one of the COVID babies. My son, he's now 2 and a couple of months old, very healthy. And what really happened was during the time of
don't show your kids on fucking YouTube or on any social media platform. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why? You could have just said that you have a COVID baby. Stop using your children for content, baka.
Triceratops makes a good point and says there are so many actual problems with the pharmaceutical industry. Could we focus on those, please? And this is something that like they're bringing up that I 100% am on board with. There are real conspiracies out there. There are real things out there that are very, very problematic that have like swaths of people that all just like know each other from like going to school together that are going out of their way to enrich themselves and fuck you over. That exists. That's a real thing that happens. Focus your energies on verifiable, very real conspiracies. If we could get the conspiracy theorists and their crazy, like, machine of being, like, obsessed with, like, very niche shit and focused in a direction that actually is real, we would get so much shit done, it would be crazy. Those people are fucking, like, on it. Those people are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're, like, they pursue, they don't stop. What's the word?
Yeah, motivated. They're very motivated.
They're very motivated. No, there's a specific word that I'm looking for where you like pursue persistent. They're very persistent. Damn.
Also, if you want to talk about shit that is wrong with the pharma industry, you might want to start with the price of fucking insulin in America. Maybe start with that.
Yes. Starting with like medication in America, being
cost.
like prices being massively overinflated because of how that plays into a company's insurance plan that they provide to their employees, as well as how that affects getting like single payer insurance, etc., etc., etc. Like the healthcare system in America is like a fucking nightmare shit show. Oh my god. Not that Canada's really that much better. There are also problems in Canada. As somebody from Canada, there are issues. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, I'd take it if a bunch of Americans decided they wanted to suddenly obsess over the problems, the very real problems that exist in the Canadian healthcare system. I'd be ecstatic. That'd be wonderful.
So, in New Zealand, the insulin prices are around $9 to $10. Like, I don't know how much is it, like, insulin prices per milligram or something? I don't know what they're going by. But it says...
Tenacious, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, and if I go by for US, maybe they're talking about one maybe vial or that one, what do you say, the tube that we get to like inject. So, and United States has the highest price of like around the dose, sorry, 98 to 100.
Yeah.
This is in 2023, and I don't think they have any statistics for India. So, but Australia, it's around 7, and it's like America is the most expensive. So if you want to start, like Mexico has like $17.
Yeah, Mexico and Canada prices are like drastically different than America's.
Yeah, people are going over the border.
It's still not perfect. It's not great, but it's not that much.
Yeah.
All right, I hit play. Let's get into this. Let's see what she actually wants to say.
COVID, it was unique because I think for the first time, individuals were willing to hear a different perspective on medicine, a different perspective on vaccines. And I think a big reason for that was just the amount of censorship surrounding just the COVID vaccine that alerted a lot of people. For example, we were getting in trouble if we shared our lived experiences on social media. So what do I mean? Obviously, this is no longer, it doesn't seem to be a policy on Facebook.
What do you
But if you had marched in and you were, I am definitely want to be the first person in line to get the vaccine, and that's totally fine if you were that person. But if you then got the vaccine and then went onto Facebook during this time of mass censorship and you said, oh man, I was sick for 3 days after it, I feel worse after getting the vaccine, your account could have been hit. Your account.
Are you going to show us any of that? Or are you just saying that? Because I don't remember that being a thing.
She's not showing it.
I do know that the vaccine made people feel sick. That's a thing that vaccines do. They make your body respond to the thing that you're... That's the point. It's supposed to make you feel sick. It's like it's like Buckley's. It tastes bad, but it works. When you get the flu shot, you kind of feel a little fluish for a little while until your body does its thing that it's supposed to do, initiate a reaction. You're supposed to get symptoms. Am I stupid? Am I am I wrong about this? I'm not the engineer here, Manya.
So yes, that's what happens. Like as I explained in our last episode, the vaccine is supposed to generate a very small, amount of the disease in your body, so that the antibodies have a chance to develop immunity against it and evolve. That's what a vaccine does. So yes, depending on what disease you are getting exposed to or developing immunity against, you might get sick. And it also depends on your immune system also, like, so yes, you might get sick, and there are people who have gotten sick and recovered. Yes, there have been like 1% or 1% who have had reactions, but to try to inflate that number and make it seem like that's the generality of what's happening with the 98 or 97% of the population who has gotten COVID vaccines is absolutely absurd and dishonest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And for her, this is the thing. This is the same thing that all these fucking morons like Renell and Susan and Aaron do. They don't show jack shit when they're making claims, such as these. They don't show anything on their screen, and this is what Candace is doing. So yeah, I'm not surprised, but yeah, it's
I'm
fucking
kind of a
dishonest.
little bit confused about everything, I guess. That doesn't really make, like, you're gonna call it mass censorship. You should be able to see, like, hey, these accounts, this number got banned. You can see an upward trend specifically. Because I do know that during COVID, there was a lot of censorship on YouTube that happened. I'm not much of a Facebook user. So on YouTube, I do know that if you mentioned COVID, your video would get demonetized because YouTube didn't want anything to do with the misinformation that was going out around the time and didn't want to risk any legal issues. And that's one of the reasons why they have this, which was introduced around the time that Flat Earth was getting big. They would put in these fucking things. Dapper's got a bunch of these fucking things because he talks about Ken Hovind all the time.
The citation. Yeah, they've started providing information in citation for people.
Yeah.
Because they believe that this video has misinformation around COVID in it.
Well, sometimes it's not about whether or not YouTube believes it, it's just that you've brought it up. So because you've brought it up, they want to make sure that that information, like the general information or the agreed upon the consensus information is available, right?
Could have been frozen. Facebook had this unique policy at that time, but even if what you were sharing was true, if it created vaccine hesitancy, then they could take out your account. And I think for a lot of people, it just made them uncomfortable.
That's not true. Not because it created vaccine hesitancy. Like Chesh said, it was around not getting sued for spreading misinformation. So, Candace, shut the fuck up.
And you'd think she would know this. This is like her. Yeah. She's calling this essentially her magnum opus. You would think.
The thing is that
Mark said brings to mind penicillin. If you could get sick and die, should we ban it outright?
Also, I guess the reason why she is not bringing up anything on the screen and stuff to demonstrate is because this episode is free. Maybe that's why she's not done any work.
Oh, she's just being lazy because she's like, it's free.
I'm not getting paid for it, so I'm not gonna do any work. Okay, maybe.
Because you want people to be able to talk freely about their experiences. So I think the timing...
That's fair, but you need to verify those.
Yeah. But
of me creating a shop.
There's no way to verify stories on, like, Reddit, for example. Unless you have other corroborating evidence from other things. So, like, if somebody makes a claim about, oh my god, my wife, blah, 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 but that same account also has a post about, oh, this other thing that contradicts that prior story, you don't know if somebody's story is true. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but an individual story is not going to circumcede the general consensus of all the scientists across the world that fucking came together to work on this vaccine.
Across the world, bitch.
This was an international, it was a pandemic. It wasn't an epidemic, it was a pandemic. It was around the world. It wasn't just in one place. It wasn't the only COVID conspiracy for vaccines exists in America. Again, we're back to the same problem. There's only America and not America. In not America, nobody cares. In America, it was a conspiracy to control the population.
Yeah.
What bad things happened to other countries that had lockdowns? What bad things has happened in other countries that have taken vaccines? That are caused directly, specifically by COVID. You know what was a bad thing that happened that regarded to controlling a population? The response that the Republican Party and the Republican president at the time, policies that were put forward due to terrorism because of 9/11. The amount of privacy laws that were changed around what the American government and authorities were allowed to access of your private information was extended and expounded upon massively after 9/11. Massively. That's a real thing that you could be concerned about.
For some reason, Candace is not concerned with companies who are sharing the consumer data, their consumers' data, or their private information, like with each other for financial gain. For some reason, Candace is not concerned with that. I'm not saying it's whataboutism, but the thing is that there are more proper topics that you can talk about.
There are real conspiracies. There are real conspiracies you could be focusing on instead of this shit.
But for some reason, because Candace is a lazy bitch, that's why. She's a fucking lazy bitch. And yeah.
Shot in the dark. And again, it was not about COVID. We never discussed the COVID vaccine whatsoever. It was the perfect time. People, I think, were more receptive to the message. And the message really is that I am not going to try to convince you not to vaccinate your children. That is not what I am being tasked with. It is not what is in my heart or soul to do. What I want to give you instead is information. I want you to be able to, as a parent, do something under duress, not do something because somebody is saying to you, if you don't, your children are going to die. That doesn't seem like a healthy relationship to have with anybody. I want you.
If a doctor is telling me that, I might want to make a decision at that time, even if I'm under duress. Bitch.
You shouldn't throw your children when they are babies. They are likely to die.
Oh, I don't know what to do. I'll throw my baby. Okay, cool.
This is an odd statement to make. I think that this is an odd appeal to emotion, from what I can tell.
Yeah, humans, especially in regards to health, humans have had to make a lot of very, very difficult decisions. A lot of humans, and that's why you have experts like doctors and doctors and scientists around you to guide you and give you proper advice about what the outcomes can be of the choices that people make around their medical well-being or medical health. So so I might listen to a doctor rather than you, fucking Candace Owens. Simple as that.
She did preface this with she's not a doctor.
Yeah, the thing is that it's like she's not a doctor, fine, but what it would have been better if she had brought someone with that background on here and spoken to them and asked them questions, clarifying questions.
Maybe she's going to. Maybe she's gonna.
To be able to make an informed decision, to actually know what the risks were before they ever even came up with the vaccine, how many people were actually dying of this illness, and what the risks are today. How many people are becoming ill with this? How effective has the vaccine even been? And I think that's fair. I don't even understand how it could be plausible for an individual to say that parents don't have a right to that information, that parents should just blindly trust doctors
that.
and should blindly trust medical professionals. I want you to have enough information that you feel confident.
Where is that happening? Who has said that? That's not part of any regulation, in my opinion. It might be part of where state comes in, and if they think that you're not looking after your child properly and your child might die due to negligence, they might step in. But that's the thing that happens with plethora of other diseases or what do you say,
Abuse.
malpractices or abuse. So I don't know so are you going to say that parents have the right to make decision about everything and the government and the state shouldn't step in at all? Or is it just regarding vaccines? I would like to know her opinion around that. I'm just saying.
She's framing everything she's about to say under the guise of just asking questions and of just providing information. But the problem is already out the gate, we're 5 minutes, 6 minutes in. She's made a bunch of claims and hasn't provided fucking dick shit information. And here's the thing. This is narration up until this point.
Yeah.
Which is admitted, this is an hour-long video, and maybe this is all just the preface, but it is important to recognize that in this preface, what her actual setup is. And her setup is that she's just asking questions and just providing information. But that's not what we're seeing. But let's give her some more time.
As a new parent or as an old parent, talking to your pediatrician and saying, well, what about this?
A lot of rhetoric in
I
her
see this
intro.
information on the CDC website. And by the way, just to tell you right off the bat, I am not going to use shady sources throughout this process. You're not going to be, well, I found this on Reddit and I want to know what you think about this. I want to be above and beyond here. I want to use mainstream sources.
She doesn't like that the subreddit called the Herman Cain Award exists. For anybody not familiar with that subreddit,
can you elaborate that on, please?
The Herman Cain Award subreddit is named after Herman Cain, who was ostensibly very anti-vax and was, if I'm not mistaken, a political figure in America who was very anti-COVID vaccine, who died of COVID.
Oh,
there's also a subreddit. Yeah, and so the whole subreddit is essentially based on collecting information about people who were COVID deniers dying of COVID. It's quite morbid, but it is certainly an interesting data set. There's also a subreddit called Leopards Ate My Face, which I absolutely recommend. The Leopards Ate My Face subreddit is a data set collection of people sharing stories of somebody who voted for something that ended up being bad for them. So basically, off the top of my head, an example was example off the top of my head was an older individual in Britain voting for Brexit and then complaining that they're not freely able to travel to their summer home. Leopards ate my face.
I have so many people who had who were working in Britain, right?
Yeah.
Brexit, blah blah blah, and suddenly their visas, work visas or resident visas, got revoked because they're not part of they're not part of the EU anymore. Britain is not part of EU anymore, so they have to get out of there immediately. And they're like, oh my god, my whole life is here. I'm almost British, blah 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 blah.
I love Leopards Ate My Face. They are very, very funny, and I recommend it. I recommend definitely checking that out. The Herman Cain Award subreddit is a little bit more aggressive and in your face about what's happening, and it does feature a lot of unalivant. So, go and check that one out at your own risk, but be aware that that's what you're going to find.
Yeah, so the thing is that, yes, you can ask questions from CDC, and if you have doubts, that's fine.
Be skeptical. There's nothing wrong with being skeptical. There's a difference between skeptical and denialism, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to see where this goes, but I don't know if we can do it today, Chesh. Can we do it today?
You want me to jump forward? Look, this one's got a big spike. Do you want to move here? It's most replayed. Yeah. Let's move to 20 minutes in and see what we get. See what we got.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, we get a weird ad. You want to watch the weird ad? I bet this is gonna be really.
Ugh.
Oh, senpai, I'm stuck in a tree.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
These ads are so fucking weird. You want this crown? I got that crown. Listen, there's definitely not cum on her face. What do you mean? What the fuck? God, these ads are so weird.
I really hope these ads are not being advertised to children. Hey,
Of course
can you go
they
and
are.
have a
It's
look
kids.
like what's now I'm interested.
You
What
want
the
me to
fuck is
click
it?
on it? You want me to click on HeroWars.com?
Yeah, I want to see like what age limit is on this one.
You want me to do
Please.
that live right now?
Okay, maybe later. Sorry, my bad.
You guys want? All right. Let us know in the chat, in the comment section down below, if you want me to go and get this game and play it with Manya live.
No,
And find out-
No. I'm not saying play. I just want to know what's the age limit on fucking this one. Is it what?
I don't care what you want. I care what the people want. This is democracy at work.
Yeah, I did that to myself, didn't I?
It's gonna be like some fucking shitty ass phone game. All right. Anyway,
Walked
skip
right
the ad.
into it.
Let's keep going.
registering 36 behind all of these countries. Signals to me that they don't want people looking deeper into this. They're like, oh, it is kind of weird the United States is not number one here, but don't pay attention to this because you.
It's not weird that United States isn't one in something. I'll put it back a little bit further just for context. But
Do you know how many people are in India as compared to United States? You fucking bitch.
America's
We
not
have
America is not number one globally in most things. In a handful of things, they're not
lot
even the
of
top
things.
5.
Even GDP. Even the
Yeah.
GDP.
So just to be clear, that's not unusual. But let's see what she's saying.
Democracies, this is according to Google, with market-based economies collaborate to develop policy standards to promote sustainable economic growth. So the idea is like these are other governments that are just like us that we can compare ourselves to. So when you say that you're making an OECD comparison, it means that you're looking at other countries that have a similar structure to ours, that have similar access, access to medicine as we would have that are our form of this group. So take a look at this chart.
No,
There are
no, no,
groups
no,
that
no,
are-
hold on.
There are groups that are equally comparable, I think is what she's trying to say, in a lot of words.
Maybe, but I will say, Candace, there's no other country around the world that has the same medical structure as yours. Yours is weird and exploitative. That's what it is. So yeah, I don't know because yes, there were like treatments around COVID, but there were also people who died due to COVID because they couldn't afford the fucking care. So yeah, don't try that. Don't just throw that out of the window right away.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the charitable one here and say that they're comparable countries in general structure, as in they are democracies, as
You
in they
wanna
have
come and-
a capital. They do have capitalism. They do. Some of them will have social
Oh, yeah, okay.
economics. Some of them will.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's fair to compare America to other countries, right? I think we agree with that.
You can compare, yes.
Yeah.
You can
So there
compare.
will be stark differences, but the point is you compare to see those stark differences, so you can see what is working and what isn't working. But let's
And also,
see
like,
what this is.
What are the variables in there? You have to
Right.
be very conscious of what are the variables
Yes.
and the axioms. So
Of OECD countries. And what this chart is comparing are infant mortality rates amongst these countries. And you can see
All right. Hold on, let me get rid of this. We have India in the right at 25, but I don't know what this scale. Oh, sorry. Total deaths per 1,000 live births in 2021 or latest available.
I'm not saying that
India,
I'm
South
laughing
America,
at that.
from highest to lowest, we have India, South America, Indonesia, Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, Peru, Turkey, Costa Rica, Argentina, Romania, Chile, China,
Where's China?
United
Oh,
S-
China. Oh.
United States, Slovak Republic, Bulgaria, Russia, Luxembourg, Canada, New Zealand. Hey, we're side by side. High five.
Eh,
Croatia, Netherlands, United Kingdom, Poland, France, Latvia, Hungary, Belgium, Sweden, Greece, Denmark, Australia. There's Australia way down there. Germany, Austria, Ireland, Iceland, Lithuania, Spain, Korea, Israel, Sweden, Portugal, Italy, Czech Republic, Slovenia, Japan, Finland, Norway, Estonia.
So where's Great Britain on that one? Sorry, can you magnify that a bit so we can have a
I
look?
can't really make it any bigger, but I don't even see Britain on here.
Okay, all right.
I see the United Kingdom.
Right.
I see the
Yeah,
UK.
so that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, UK. What is it? Is it Great Britain or is it UK? What the fuck, man? Or is it England? What the
Well,
fuck it is?
since Brexit happened, who, like,
It's in Britain, I guess. Great
South
Britain.
Africa. No, I don't. Yeah, South Africa, right? Yeah, India, South Africa, Indonesia, Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, Peru.
Let's hear what she has to say.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru. All right, just so we have that.
When you look at the bottom, that for infant mortality rates, the United States ranks number 36, behind countries like Croatia, Latvia, Hungary, Belgium, Austria, Greece, Israel, Korea, Spain, Czech Republic, Slovenia, Japan, Finland, Norway, Estonia, all countries which use way less vaccines than us. And it tells you at the top that the infant mortality rate is defined as the number of deaths.
I am going to assume that Candace Owens has already talked about what it means to say they used more or less. I'm going to make the assumption. I don't think she did, but I'm going to make the assumption for the sake of what we're doing right now. Because we did jump ahead. Maybe she defined what the per capita numbers are. So we're going to take that at face value just for now, because we're not looking at the whole thing currently.
So, as I said, the variables. You have to be careful about the variables. Candace, what were the reasons for those deaths? Are you talking about COVID? Vaccines?
Well, we gotta play and find out. Let's see if she says.
Of children under 1 year of age expressed per every 1,000 live births. Now, what's really interesting about this chart to me is that, just so you know, the United States gives the most money to all this bureaucracy. And so they feel the need to qualify this. If you keep reading on, it says, some of the international variation in infant mortality rates is due to variations among countries in registering practices for premature infants. The United States and Canada are two countries which register a much higher proportion of babies weighing less than 500 grams with low odds of survival, resulting in higher reported infant mortality. I looked into this, and this is absolute BS. I could find only two countries where they were weighing the metric in a different way that would have impacted this. So I encourage you to look even deeper.
Where
they said premature, Candace.
Yeah, but still, give me the fucking resources that.
Oh yeah, actually, she's gonna make that bold of a claim.
Deeper into this, but the idea that they even need to qualify this signals to me that they don't want people looking deeper into this. They're like, oh, it is kind of weird. The United States is not number one here.
They're literally giving you the reason why, and it's not weird that America's not number one in this. If you want to be, like, embarrassed, if you want to be embarrassed as an American, go and look at your pregnancy mortality rates.
Yep. Candace, as a new mother, you might be interested in that.
It's not even surprising. It's not even surprising that how low America is because of your healthcare access. It's very, it lines up perfectly. It makes exact sense.
That's what I was saying. America's medical health system is trash. Let's just start from there. Sorry, no offense to
But don't pay attention to this, because the United States is kind of controlling the OECD data, and we want you to know that it's not a big deal that our infants are registering 36 behind all of these countries. So I'm.
If they were hiding it, they wouldn't put a disclaimer there for you to give you a jumping off point to go look it up in the first place. What kind of conspiracy is this? Why does everybody suck at conspiracy theories?
Okay, we need to sit down and rip this shit apart, because this is so bullshit. This is bullshit.
You want to do the whole thing?
Yeah, not today.
No, yeah, not today.
Not today, but maybe the next Dumb Fact Friday can be this. Obviously, we'll have to do our homework around this. I know, but... Kesh is like, you really want to do this? You really want to do this? Or do you want to do something different?
I don't think we want to make this a Dumb Fact Friday. I think we want to
No?
make this a debate hub.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I think we want to make this a
Yes.
debate hub.
I'm just
and
throwing out ideas. I'm just
and I
throwing
think
out
we might.
ideas.
I think we might want to bring on a third party.
Of course. A party that knows what the fuck they're talking about, maybe? Yeah, why not?
Mm. Triceratops says, "Don't be sorry to the in reference to what you said about. I'm sorry, Americans. Don't take this the wrong way. They said no. We agree.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Yeah, so we have got a sample of what to expect.
All right.
And I think so. And
yeah,
I
we're
agree
gonna
with
we're
Chesh
gonna do
that-
my we're gonna do my a favor here, and we're gonna do a little bit more than initially what we were willing to do. But we'll deep dive it
Yeah.
for you, girly. We'll take care of you. We're gonna go through this. We'll take this whole hour. And what we'll probably do is I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna divvy it up into sections.
Yes,
and then
that's a good idea.
And then we'll probably do like a mini series just on each section.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that
so,
would be great, yes.
which may have rotating guests. About, like, who knows about this particular topic? Who knows about, who do we know that has a good understanding of statistics and how to manipulate statistics? Do we know anybody who may or may not be a statistician? Or a mathematician, perhaps? Do we know anybody who might have education in vaccines and works in that, has worked in that field in the past? Do we have things that we may or may not, resources that we may or may not be able to pull into to make this we'll go a little deeper in this. What do you guys think? You guys like that idea? I think so. I mean, quite frankly, we could probably make a month-long series and divvy it up into 4 1-hour segments.
Whew. Yeah,
Let's do
it. Yeah, why not? That will be wonderful.
There's
yeah,
a lot of
Chesh.
red flags in this video so far. So, when we skimmed the surface. We didn't even touch this.
I would like to be part of one of those series if I can find the day and time for it. But
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But I agree with Chesh that it's not a Dumb Fact Friday thing. It's more of a debate hub thing.
If I had the ability and I had the resources, I would 100% set it up like Jordan Peter's Exodus, where we go through and we look at 15 minutes of the video and we have a round table discussion where people can jump in at different, like, passages. That would be very funny. But, no. I'm not that good, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So,
I would love if Forrest wants to come and play with me. I'd be very happy to have Forrest come and play with me. I'm very scary, though. I'm sure he knows of my... Oh, yeah, he might not. Maybe he doesn't... He probably doesn't have any fucking idea who I am, actually, now that I think about it.
Chesh is the nice one.
There's only two options. He either knows, and I'm terrifying, or he has no idea what's about to hit him. Alright, that's it for Dumb Fact Friday. We're gonna get the hell out of here, because we keep it under the 2-hour mark. We'll come back to Candace Owens' video and as promised.
Thanks, Maya.
We're not gonna skip.
I would say thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the link. I appreciate it. Also go fuck yourself. Anyway, we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Why would you do that, Jess?
Because I don't like Nazis, and I don't like Nazi sympathizers, and I don't like transphobes, and I don't like people who are traitors to their country without a good reason.
Fair. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, anyway.
I can understand that.
Thanks for the free content, bitch. Right after Mania says Chesh is the nice one.
Bam!
Alright, we are going to go into the Discord. Mania, we're probably going to take a little bit of a break. Bonnie and I will be in the Discord. We have a video to watch. We're going to have a
What video are we going to watch, Chesh?
We're going to go watch Aaron's most recent live stream, and I'm sure it's going to be quite the amusing time. So feel free to join us in the Discord if you're interested. We're going to be in there having a guffaw and a half. Thank you so
You
much
wanna
for
see
joining us. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go savage. Like, you wanna see how savage we can get? Join the Discord.
What does it look like when the cameras are off? Exposed. It's just like a balloon. Anyway, thank you so much. We're gonna get the hell out of here. Rez has got it right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
Hello.
Welcome back to Don't Affect Friday. Don't Affect Friday. Don't Affect Friday. Don't Affect Friday.
It's going to be fun.